of the month, excuse me. And this is part 2 of a 2-part house of the month. So let's hear from Tim.
Hello. Continuation from last month. So Tim had the luxury of wholesaling this one to me, so we thought it would be a good fun to do a wholesale deal last month and then the actual flip this month. So work through. This is who I am. I'm a full-time mechanical engineer, investor by night, also a realtor. Definitely have a lot of things going on with it. I primarily focus on fix and flips. I became a realtor to list my own flips. I've helped family and friends doing purchases and whatnot. So I started in 2019, October. So doing this about 5.5 years. Became a realtor in July of 2020, right before COVID. And it was actually a pretty good time for me to get started. It was a lot of downtime because we couldn't really go to work. So it was able to kind of focus on the fix and flips as well and kind of go from there. So up to this point, I've done 18 of them, some ongoing, and I think at the time that I had this one, I was at, I think 15 or 16. So this property is 206 Shore Drive in Salem, New Hampshire. Go through. So it's a 2-bed, 2-bath, about 1,500 square foot house. The owner had added on a addition to it. So the main picture was the two-story side to it. It was kind of a camp beforehand, but situated on quarter acre. Like I said, built in 1948, but it was added on, I think, in the 80s or 90s. The purpose was to renovate this and sell it, and I got this through a wholesaler. Tim. So I ended up buying this for $409. The wholesalers made about $23,000 off of this. They, I believe, listed it for $415. Talked them down $6,000 from that price due to the tenant or prior owner having to stay in there for 2 months that I was not aware of at the time, or maybe a couple other areas. Also bought this sight unseen. So I was going off, and I kind of estimated my rehab cost to be $44,000 on it, based off some of the conversations that we had. I was thinking that this was going to sell for about $560. It was right on the water in Salem, so pretty decent area. Very hard one to comp out though. Some were going for $400, some were going for $800. So very different, difficult. But I was going in thinking I was going to make $50,000. That did not happen, as you'll see later on. But I did get a loan, a hard money loan on this. It was 20% down and with 2 points and a 6-month term. So at the time, in April of last year, I didn't have a flip going on. So part of the reason I bought it sight unseen was to just get my momentum back and going. I had a couple of deals fall through right before there. So went under contract, purchased it in May, and started in July. Again, that was the 2-month timetable that the owner got to stay there. He was took all of the time. Hoping he could get out a little sooner, but that did not happen. So renovations took about 4 months total with the sale of it. So really 3 months with 30 days to close. Right in July, I ended up closing on 2 other flips at the same time, where I was able to start on them. So I had 3 of them going at the same time as this one, which was kind of a fun process for me, going through and figuring out how to multitask all 3 of them at the same time with different contractors and whatnot. So part of the reason I didn't make what I wanted to make was because I had some unforeseen events and other properties that were taking up some of my time. So some before pictures. This was the state of it. The landscaping was not great. Everything was overgrown. Tim had said he was going to mow the lawn for me. That did not happen. But you can see that there's an RV in the back. The guy ended up moving into that. Had a lot of health issues and was part of the reason he was selling. Tim's saying back here, I guess he lost half of his foot, so the RV made more sense for him. So this is the initial walkthrough. So after I got under contract, I met with Tim to go through and see it. The guy was in the table, sitting there, chain smoking a cigar and cigarettes with I think his brother. It reeked so bad in there, and whatnot. We'll walk through, and it's kind of weird doing your initial walkthrough with the guy right there. So I had to kind of just try to be quick and get my numbers on my actual renovation costs for it. So. As you can see, everything's kind of outdated in some of the areas. The hardwood floor was actually pretty nice. I ended up keeping that, but the kitchen was all ready to be gutted. So upstairs, there was this lovely tub that was up there. I don't know why. It was just right in the upstairs area. Yep.
Whoa, did you keep it? That's worth $50,000 right there.
Did not keep that.
No.
Bathrooms were pretty outdated. Fun fact that I did not realize when we did the initial walkthrough was the electrical panel. There was two of them. One was right in the bathroom. The other was in the kitchen cabinet. So that was one of the unforeseen events that happened.
It's protected.
Bedroom. Again, he kind of left everything here for me to haul out.
Oh no.
Gone. I don't know. There's actually a sauna that was in here that I don't have a picture of.
Oh.
But, so I was able to salvage the sauna. Finally got it working. Took quite a long time, but now I have that for I guess a keepsake. Utility closet. The boiler, I didn't actually see this when I walked through. I just assumed I was going to need to replace it when I kind of ran my numbers. It was so outdated, barely working. And there's the electrical. This was the one that was in the bathroom. I don't have a picture of the one in the kitchen. And then the shed was just filled with stuff. I'm pretty sure there's a dead skunk in there too that my contractors got to remove. So. So these are some of the after pictures. Sorry, no, you're good. So this is my strategy going in. I was planning on doing a new kitchen. Gonna do vinyl plank or tile in the bathrooms and in the side room. Redo the carpet upstairs and in the bedrooms. I had to get rid of all the smell, so we were able to do that with paint, and thankfully not a ton of it stuck into the wood, so it was fairly good. Ended up replacing some of the windows and just the random clean out. The additional was had to replace more than I thought for windows. Had to do a bunch of the siding over. Electrical upgrades needed to get done. Like I said, the cabinet and the bathroom. I ended up having to build a wall separating the walk-through to the bedroom to the bathroom to separate the electrical panel from the bathroom because you can't technically have one in there. HVAC upgrades, ended up ripping out the boiler and put a whole new on-demand propane system in. There was propane somewhat there. The prior owner had kind of done some of it himself, but ended up putting a whole on-demand system in. And then I put this on here, inspection requirements, so got everything inspected and checked off everything, but the inspectors were walking through and my contractors had taken the ceiling tiles off of the bathroom because it was the drop ceiling, and when he walked through, he noticed all of the floor underneath the bathroom upstairs needed to get redone with the joist going across.
Rotted.
Not
wood.
rotted. He, I think, just cut a bunch of holes in them.
Even
so
worse.
They weren't necessarily safe. So ended up having to replace all that. Got it all signed off. But that was a couple weeks, and I think $3,000 or $4,000 it cost me to fix that. So okay, now after pictures. So
Ooh.
this is the kitchen. This area kind of deserved a very large island, I thought. So we put this in, put in all new appliances, and keep going. These are all just updated ones. So again, kitchen, you got the floor, cleaned it all out. I ended up extending the hardwood floor over into the side room, which should be coming in soon. Keep going. So this originally was kind of like a carpet, almost like the green fake grass carpet that was in there. Had a pellet stove in here as well. This guy had like 4 or 5 different heaters in this house. So ended up kind of taking some of them out, replaced the windows. Keep going. Staging. So redid the bathroom. Did the vinyl tile, redid all the vanity, we ended up putting in drywall in the ceiling because he was complaining about the height, the inspector was, from the drop ceiling. So he was going to make my contractors take every tie of the drop ceiling and raise it up by an inch. So we ended up just ripping the whole thing out and putting drywall in. Keep going, that's the
tub.
Got moved.
Oh.
Bathroom or bedrooms all redone. Keep going. Bathroom. Keep going. Yep. So this was all cleaned out. In the shed in the back, the green one, there was a MG, 1978 MG, I believe. Ended up Craigslisting it for I think like $500, which was a steal because he was taking everything away in that shed, and he ended up spending about 24 hours there trying to get it out with a U-Haul. So I think I won out on that. He's still talking to me and trying to sell it back to me once it's been renovated. So we'll see if I end up buying that. But keep going. And then this is the shed clean out, all cleared out. So when I did my numbers originally, I was thinking that I was going to go in and make $50,000, doing a rehab cost of about $44,000, again purchasing it for $409,000, holding costs, closing costs, all that assumed. I ended up holding it for a little bit longer, and I went way over budget on it. I ended up going about $73,000 on it. And again, part of it was some unforeseen events like the HVAC system with the on-demand propane and the electrical that cost quite a bit in there, and plus the inspector issues that we ran into. So I ended up making about 16 on it. At the time, like I said, I had 2 others going on. When I closed this one, I had 2 more in addition to those. So it just kind of stacked up. So I was happy to make 16 and kind of get off of this and move on to the next one. And I learned quite a bit from it, and a sauna. Definitely got the sauna. So again, ran over, and 2 months extra, I think, was where I went, and that was, again, I learned more of how to manage different contractors to do multiple things on different projects. And I was able to salvage a couple of the oil tank that was there. I moved from that one of them to a different house that needed one, so it kind of worked out having multiple at the same time. So that's about it. Again, I'm Tim Moreau. My business is All Investments LLC, and we'll take any questions that you guys have.
How are your other property projects going?
They are done. I made much more on those ones. But they all kind of been completed by this time, so at least the ones that I started at that.
Did you know that you can get free fast loan quotes from JM Real Estate Capital so you
that.
can compare to the loan you got?
That works. This loan was actually through one of my colleagues that I was doing hard money with. So, but yes, you should talk to Amanda over there. Anyone else?
How do you, what's the way to get comps? Like, do you just go on Zillow, Redfin, or you go to public records?
Yeah, so as I mentioned, I'm a realtor, so I have access to the MLS. I will typically comp out items myself through the MLS listings that I have access to.
Thank you.
I actually looked at this house, and how did the house across the street play into the comps? Because that was like my biggest sticking point, is that it was for sale for a lot less, and it was very similar. Did that like screw you at all?
It ultimately did not. I did see that one. It sold during the time that I had this house. I think it sold for $50,000 more than it was asking for. And that kind of just helped me, but the square footage of that one was I think 900 square feet compared to the 1,500. So you can kind of use it, but you can adjust for the square footage. So both were waterfront. Any others?
How do you source your deals? I know that one was a wholesaler, but do you get all of them from wholesalers?
So a lot of them are through wholesalers. I've bought at auction as well. I've bought through just networking through here, non-wholesalers, people that just have a deal. Ones on the MLS as well. So I really just analyze any deal that kind of comes through, and we'll try to either move forward with it or not.